A wise man once said, let them fight. And that's exactly what Godzilla King of Monsters does. I just got back from seeing Godzilla King of the Monsters, and let me tell you, if you're going in for an Academy Award winning movie, you're not going to get it. But if you want to see monsters fight and wreak destruction, well, then this film does just that. Hello everyone, I just saw Godzilla King of the Monsters, and this film is everything the 2014 film was not. It has its flaws, but if you're a Godzilla fan, I urge you to go see this movie on the biggest screen possible. I love this movie. It could have been better, but I love Godzilla. We actually get to see him. He's not teased upon. We're not having fight scenes cut away. Sure, there is a bit more focus on the humans, but I like the cast here. You have Vera Farmiga, Millie Bobby Brown, you have Kyle Chandler, Charles Dance, Ken Watanabe, and this installment is directed by Michael Daughtry. He was one of the writers of Superman Returns, X-Men 2, X-Men United, and he's a director of Trick or Treat and Krampus. And I really like his style. He brings us a beautiful, epic spectacle with this film, and it's really tied back to the nods of the old Japanese films. Just looking at Rodan, Mothra, Godzilla, King Ghidorah, they're featured here, and it's such a lovely throwback to the old monsters of the Toho films. And I love the epic scope of this film. We also get to hear the original theme back, and that just gave me goosebumps in the cinema. I really like this movie. It's an old school monster film, and you don't really get to see a monster film like this anymore. But like other creature films, I think this film focuses too much on the humans. You may have heard that Godzilla doesn't have much screen time. No, but he's not underused like he was in the 2014 film. He does have less screen time than you're expecting, but he is useful and impactful, and he's there when he's needed to be there, and it pays off. There's a payoff to it all. And it's much like the older Japanese films in that regard. If there's anything I have against this movie is that there are too many human characters. Some people said that Godzilla's not in it enough. Yeah, some people said there's too much monster fighting. I'm going to be in the minority and say I don't think there is enough monster fighting. I love the destruction I saw, and I want it more. I wanted it to be like the old school Godzilla films. Like many creature feature films, the weakness this film has is that it focuses too much on the humans rather than the monsters, and we want to see the monsters. Another series that's kind of similar is Transformers. They suffer from having too many human characters, having too much focus on the human characters. Characters we don't really want to root for or care about. We want to see the monsters. We do just get that, though. I love Kim Watanabe in this. Kyle Chandler, yes, early edition guy. I just had a thought. He was in both King Kong in 2005 and this Godzilla film, so that's pretty cool. He has a large role in this. I like his role. Him and Vera Farmiga, Charles Dance. This film has human characters. You also have O'Shea Jackson Jr. This film has human characters that kind of surprise you. It takes turns that you're not expecting it to take with the human plot line. But the destruction is grand. There's that part in Mexico that's really epic. Washington, D.C., Boston. Yeah, there's a transmission in a stadium, and it kind of reminds me of the 98 Godzilla with Madison Square Garden. I don't know. As much as that film just gets kind of crapped on, there's a lot of plot points from 98 Godzilla that are used in these past two Godzilla films. However, I really love the score by Bear McCreary. He does a fantastic job bringing the original theme. And overall, I think it's a great way to start the summer blockbuster season. If you want a big spectacle, you don't want anything too serious, this is the film for you. However, I do wish they focused less on the human characters, and I do wish that they kind of trimmed down the running time, but I love this. This is probably the best American Godzilla film, hands down, that like measures up, or at least respects the Toho films. And there's a lot of nods to the old Godzilla films, and just the way he looks, the way the fights are, the destruction. It's nice seeing how technology has progressed with CGI, and this is probably the most Godzilla film America has done, and I cannot wait to see King Kong versus Godzilla. I want Mecha Godzilla in this Godzilla to fight. So if you're a fan of the old Godzilla films, definitely check this out. However, if you really like the first one or are not really a Godzilla fan, I don't know if you're going to like this. You might have a problem with some of the human characters. That's a given. But overall, I really liked the characters. I don't think they're the best characters. I think the writing and kind of story points failed them, but they were fine. You know, it wasn't like Aaron Taylor Johnson in Godzilla 2014. It wasn't like when Bryan Cranston died and that film just nosedived. No, their characters were interesting enough. I also like how they have this organization called Monarch that basically follows these monsters. So it's kind of like the groups you have in the Japanese films. Overall, if you're a Godzilla fan, this is a film to see. If you're not a Godzilla fan, well, you may be 50-50 on it and you have to make up your own mind. But I give it a 3.5 out of 5 and a B. This is not a perfect film, but it's an enjoyable film, and because of that, that's my score. I really wish they would focus less on the human characters and have more monster fights. You know, they keep focusing on the humans when all we want to see is the monsters. Maybe they should have Michael Bay do a Godzilla movie. I don't know, but we want to see more monsters. So for the next one, show us King Kong and Godzilla and stop focusing on human characters we don't care about. Show us the monsters, you know. But they did let them fight, and Godzilla is the king of the monsters. If you're a fan, definitely check this out. Anyway, if you have seen Godzilla King of the Monsters, let me know down in the comments below, what did you think about the film? Feel free to follow me on the Stardust app at Fred Film Fanatic, and here's some more videos you can enjoy on my channel. Till next time.